Alrighty, y'all. Welcome back to American Reacts. We're looking at what tourists think of Australia. So, not what Australians think of somewhere else, or not what someone in another country thinks of Australia, but tourists in Australia, what they think now that they're on foot in the land of Oz. This comes to us from Welcome To. I think we've seen them once before. Seems like a really interesting channel, so make sure to check them out for sure. And let's waste no more time. What tourists think of Australia. This will be me someday, okay? Here we go, guys.
Last week, I asked random Australians what they think of America, and then what they think of Australia. And this week, I went out to Surfers Paradise on the Gold Coast and asked international tourists in Australia what they think of Australia. And here are the answers.
Wow, that looks like a beautiful place.
So, where are you from?
I'm from Italy.
Afghanistan.
Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
I'm from Japan.
I'm from Brazil.
I'm from England.
I'm from England.
I'm from Sweden.
And I'm from Norway.
I'm from Japan.
Originally from India.
I'm from Brazil.
And I'm from the Philippines.
Wellington, New Zealand.
South Africa.
And
Wow.
what do you think of Australia? Is it better or worse than you expected?
It's slightly better, but also kind of worse because there's snakes and spiders everywhere.
It's better than I've heard about. Yeah, it's much better than that.
It's better than I expected. I've been here before. I lived here 3 years ago. I was on a work and holiday visa, and
cool.
decided to turn back and go follow my dreams and study in Australia.
It's better than I expected.
Yeah, actually, at first I don't have any expectations, but living here was really nice, and
Yeah, it's
I
a
love
good
the
place.
people. Yeah, it's a good place.
I was expecting more spiders and snakes.
Yeah.
So I was afraid, but it's not like that.
Yeah, same.
It's actually a little bit better than I expected. I thought
Wow.
everything here was going to try to eat me, to be quite honest.
Wow, that's a clean sweep. Everyone thought it was better. That's tough, right? I think Australia's got a good reputation, so I think most people would have decent standards, or expectations, I should say, coming in. But the fact that it's exceeding them is great, right? I mean, I wouldn't doubt it at all.
It's not that bad. And I haven't seen any drop bears, which is good too, right?
People always say that there's so many dangerous animals in Australia, but I haven't seen like a single one.
Nah.
I've seen a cockroach once, but I killed it. That's about it.
Well, I didn't.
Yeah, we've been through this a million times now on this channel. Yeah, that whole fake made-up scare culture of like, oh, Australia's so scary, there's so many bad animals and spiders and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we know that's so overplayed. Most people aren't going to even experience any of that, so it's nothing to worry about.
I didn't think it would be so much like America. It's got a lot of American influence instead of British. I thought it would have
Wow.
been more British, like New Zealand.
The people.
So yeah, she said it's a lot more like America than Britain. So that's an interesting one. But I would have guessed that. I mean, just looking at the area, you see the shops over there and the cool, vegetation, the decorations, the vibe, right? This is like a nice shopping area and of course, a touristy kind of nice area. That said, this looks like, if I didn't know what this video was about and the audio was muted, you could pass this as places in the United States at a glance. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm biased in this or what, but I've always thought like Australia and the US are a good mesh. They're not the same, of course not. Everywhere's interesting and different, and I've learned that. But it is like America, and America is like Australia, vice versa, in a lot of ways. They share a lot of culture together, and they, like I said, they really mesh well. I picture it being a lot more like America with the size, the wide open spaces, the varied landscapes, the multicultural people coming in and moving there and working there in the whole 9 yards. It is very similar to America in that. Great Britain, I don't think of as similar to Australia at all. So if that proves my point, there you go.
People, of course. Yeah. I thought all the people will be like blonde and blue eyes and normal, but Australia are crazy.
Yeah,
Australians are crazy.
That's cool to hear too. More diverse than she would have thought, right? Not everyone's blonde hair and blue eyes. Whatever that stereotype comes from, I'm not sure, but there you go. It's very diverse, and that's cool. That's, again, like America, very, very diverse. Tons of awesome people, tons of different cultures, tons of characters, tons of whatever you want. It looks like a fun place.
It's very different to Italy. It's more technological, and there are more beautiful people.
Cool. What's the best thing about the country?
I think that the best thing are the girls and the beach.
The weather.
I would say the best thing is the weather, especially in the Goldie, because the weather is really good comparing to Melbourne and stuff like that, because it's really cold during the wintertime.
Well,
Yeah, so there you go, girls in the beach. Can't argue with that, I guess. Can't argue with that. That's awesome. And then the weather. I expected the weather to come up because, as I've learned, the United States has some places with some really perfect weather. But then it has some places that are pretty crazy, pretty bad. And that's what's unique. The United States has a lot of variation in weather, extreme variation. Australia has a little variation, more than people might think. But it's definitely, as a whole, a lot warmer and a lot better weather, most of the year than a lot of places you could name. So yeah, their weather looks great there, especially somewhere like Gold Coast.
This actually reminds me of like Long Beach, California / Vegas, which is kind of cool. I wasn't expecting it. I thought it was just like a place by the coast.
I love the beaches. The beaches are really nice. So I love the Gold Coast. I love Sunshine Coast. I actually like the space. So there's like quite a lot of space. You can kind of get lost in the countryside then, if you like.
My passion is
cool.
nature, which is in abundance here. And I love that. And I believe anyone who comes here and settles here will probably increase his age by 10 years.
It's like more multicultural. Awesome. So like you meet different type of people from different countries.
There's always a sense of optimism, positivity.
What's the worst thing about Australia?
Sense of optimism, positivity.
Pricey. The things are expensive.
The prices.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
Everything closed early on Gold Coast.
The worst thing for me is the traffic.
Spiders.
Traffic.
Spiders.
There's an interesting one. Traffic, I wouldn't have expected to hear that. But yeah, I mean, you know me, I like to keep it real. There is a million things that I've come to learn and love about Australia. But one of them that I'm not fond of is cost. Yeah, it seems very expensive, especially in the famous areas, the famous cities, everything, from filling up your car, buying a house to getting, a nice dinner, right? All of it's going to be pretty expensive from what I've seen. And it is what it is, right? Of course, nothing in life could be free, but that's going to go on the con list just because it's really pricey compared to some places, even the U.S., which is pretty shocking. So
on Gold Coast.
The worst thing for me is the traffic.
The
Spiders.
closing early sucks.
Spiders
too.
are massive ass spiders, and they scare me.
18 years is a very young age for children to be an adult. I mean, giving so much of independence, drinking rights, those kind of rights. I wish it was more like America.
Like 21 is good when they're more mature
to make decisions.
Now that's shocking because a lot of countries let you drink at 16, 18, even earlier. I don't know. A lot are 16 or 18. And America, of course, is usually like the rare one where it's like, oh, we have to wait till we're 21. Of course, that is more responsible. It is smarter. But hey, especially as a teenager, that would have been a pro, not a con. So I don't agree with that one totally.
So far, none.
No, it's very far from my country, so not really. I can't think of any.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's good.
If anyone else is watching this video thinking of coming to Australia, would you recommend it and why?
100%. 100%, yeah. I'm not quite ready to go back to the UK yet. If you're thinking about it, stop thinking about it and do it, is what I would say.
Of course I would recommend it because it's a massive country and there's so much stuff to explore and see. The people are really friendly and laid back, and it's just something you gotta explore yourself.
I think if you're an open-minded person and you come here and you take everything in, you don't judge stuff because it's different from what you're used to, I think you can really enjoy it here.
I would definitely recommend it. The Aussies are some of the most friendly people that you'll ever meet.
That's cool.
Some of them you'll be able to understand really well. Some of them you'll have no idea what they're saying, but it's okay. You're the one with the accent, so you're the cool guy. And it's totally worth it. It's a really cool place to be.
He definitely, by the way, has a Canadian accent, so I think that's funny.
I'd recommend it because it's such a diverse and massive community that will take in anyone.
And he has a South African accent, and that's cool too. They're all different accents. It's kind of cool to hear that all in one video. And again, Australia sounds amazing. The people sound amazing. The people in our community, the people that I know from this channel, you guys are incredible, the best. So 100% who would want to go here? Come on.
And it's very loving and friendly, I guess.
I've been to all the continents, America, Europe, I
Wow.
prefer to come and settle myself in Australia.
Wow.
Because
powerful
it's
there.
still a more family-oriented country.
That's cool.
More than America and the Europe. Here, kids are still with the families on the weekends, which we don't see in the US.
In Japan, we are so narrow country, and the distance between people are so close. Now everyone feels here it's more spacious because there's so many areas that you can have a person.
Yeah,
I will recommend
definitely,
Australia.
definitely.
Yeah.
Because
It's wonderful. It's a paradise.
in Australia is my dream when I was young. When I was young, I saw the picture from Gold Coast.
Oh,
and there's
yeah.
so a lot of beach and a lot of culture, because here have not just Australian, like Asian people, European, so
Brazilian,
yeah,
the best.
Brazilian, yeah.
The best.
So you saw a picture of the Gold Coast, and now you're here.
Yeah.
Dream come true, and now you're here.
Yeah, yeah.
Dream come true.
Dream come true, yeah. I love it.
That's cool. So those are always really, really fun, down on the ground, getting people's insight and opinions. That is welcome too. Make sure to check them out in the description. It will be linked down there. And what do you guys think about that? Hope you found that entertaining. Please leave a thumbs up on this video and help it out if indeed you did. Of course, you can subscribe for more stuff like this. What is there to say? Pretty powerful when people have said that they've traveled to like every continent. They've traveled to extremely different places like Africa, Europe, the US, or Canada or something. And then they've also gone to Australia, and that it's their favorite place, their favorite region. That is incredible. That's really, really powerful to hear. Anyway, guys, take care, stay safe. I've been extremely busy in our non-YouTube life, so bear with me. I know my uploads have been a little thinner volume than lately, so I do apologize. A lot coming once I get in gear here. So more uploads, more things expanding the channel, just tons of fun stuff coming. So thank you as always for sticking with me and being a part of this channel. I appreciate you watching. Remember, my name is Ian. You're watching IWrocker. Until next time, guys, catch you later.